ex. Okay, so if you say this statement, I want to get back with my ex because I love them. Again, I love that you love them. But like Tina Turner said, what love got to do with it? Okay, what love got to do with it? Unfortunately, when it comes down to making decisions to go back with your ex, simply saying because I love them, love in and of itself is not enough of a reason to get back with your ex. Okay? Hey y'all, it's your girl Samantha Lee, and I'm here because I am dying to answer this question, okay? I've been asked this so many times, and I'm just excited to answer the question. Sam, what's the question? The question is, should I get back with my ex? And I have now created a YouTube video where I can send you the link as to what my response will be. Okay, let me calm down a little bit, but for real, this video that I'm covering today will answer the question for you. If you are considering to get back with your ex, some things to consider, the reasons why not, and the reasons why maybe it is a good idea. Maybe it is something that you should consider, okay? So let's get into it. I'm not gonna waste no more time. The first question that I have for you, if you are considering getting back with your ex, is why do you want to get back with your ex? Why? And the why does matter. And so I'm going to get into the 4 reasons why you should not consider getting back with your ex. And then I'm going to give you the 4 reasons why you should. Okay, so 4 reasons why you should not, let me repeat, not get back with your ex. Number 1 reason why you should not even be considering getting back with your ex. The number 1 reason, if you're telling me this, Sam, I want to get back with my ex because I miss him. No. Missing someone is not enough of a reason to get back with your ex. It is going to be natural for us to miss someone that we've spent and invested time, energy, feelings, emotions with. So that is not in and of itself enough of a reason to stay or to go back to that relationship. Okay? So no, missing someone is not a reason to go back to them. Number 2, not a reason why you should go back to your ex. Okay? So if you say this statement, I want to get back with my ex because I love them. Again, I love that you love them. But like Tina Turner said, what love got to do with it? Okay, what love got to do with it? Unfortunately, when it comes down to making decisions to go back with your ex, simply saying because I love them, love in and of itself is not enough of a reason to get back with your ex. Okay, it's not. You have feelings for someone, you've spent time with someone, and I think I'm not the only one who thinks this, but there's things in your life that you love that aren't good for you, right? I love ice cream. I love chips. Those things are not good for me, but I still love them. So loving something or loving someone is not enough of a reason to allow that person to have access to you again. Okay, number 3. Not a reason why you should get back with your ex. Okay, let's be clear. Not a reason. I want to get back with my ex because miserable without them. Because I'm miserable without them. Just because you're miserable without them doesn't mean that the relationship was healthy. Doesn't mean that the issues that you have are resolved. Doesn't mean that you had doesn't mean that you guys have a great potential for a beautiful future and family. Just because you are miserable without them does not mean that you should get back with them. Okay? There's a lot of other unanswered questions. That feeling in and of itself is not a reason to get back with an ex. All right, the fourth reason why you should not. If you say this to me, I'm going to say, nah, this is not a reason to get back with your ex. I want to get back with my ex because together for so long and it doesn't make sense to end it. Y'all, I hear the time thing so much. It literally drives me crazy, okay? I understand that we invest time and energy into relationships. Those are our choices, right? And the more time and investment that we put in something, it's the greater the attachment we have to it. And I understand being together with somebody for a long period of time and saying to yourself that, you know, like, why start over with someone else? We're so comfortable, we're so familiar. But familiar and comfortable does not always equal good. It doesn't always equal healthy. It just means familiar, right? And so you deciding to go back to something because you're familiar and comfortable with it is not a reason to go back into the relationship. Again, in and of itself doesn't speak to whether the issues that you had are resolved. It doesn't speak to whether you guys have a healthy dynamic or a healthier dynamic than you had when y'all were together. Again, not a good reason to get back with an ex. Not a reason. Okay, so we've covered four reasons why you should not get back. And that's because I miss him, because I love him, because I'm miserable without him, or because we've been together for so long. Not a reason to get back with an ex. Okay? And again, you guys, this is not, I say M, it sounds like him, but I'm talking about M is country. So this is for men and women. I'm not just talking to women on this video. I'm talking to men and women. It is not a good enough reason to go back to someone simply because you love them, you miss them, you're miserable without them, or you've been with them for so long. Not a good enough reason. I read this in an article, and I really think this is something I want to share. You don't want to make decisions from a lonely, needy, fearful, or wounded place. I'm going to repeat that. You don't want to make decisions from a lonely, needy, fearful, or wounded place. I'm going to repeat it again. You don't want to make decisions from a lonely, needy, fearful, or wounded place. That's not making decisions in your relationship life, which relationships have y'all, we treat relationships so casually. They have such an impact on us. They are literally like the people that we decide to associate with on a romantic level have access to us in a unique way. They can hit us and hurt us in unique ways. That relationship dynamic can affect all other aspects of our life. It is important and it should be taken seriously. Okay. So now that we've covered the reasons why you should not get back with an ex, let me now tell you the reasons why you should get back with an ex. Because as I've read, 15% of couples that get back together actually stay together. So it's not all bad to get back with an ex, but it has to be under the correct circumstances. And we're going to cover that right now. The 4 reasons why you should consider getting back with that ex. Okay. Number 1, you've both grown as individuals, meaning that enough time has passed between where you are right now and when the relationship happened. So meaning that for some of you guys watching, if y'all broke up a week ago, if y'all broke up 3 months ago, if y'all broke up within the last year, if y'all broke up 2 years ago, okay, enough time has passed that you've grown as a person, they've grown as a person. So there's a way for us to come back together and it makes sense that we've grown individually, and maybe us coming together after we've healed from our relationship, from other relationships that we've had, we can come together and really try to make this thing work. But again, has enough time passed? And for some of you, the answer is no. We broke up 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 5 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago. Still not enough time has passed for you to make a decision to go back with your ex. So the first qualifier is you've both grown as individuals and enough time has passed for you to heal from the relationship, from them to have healed from the relationship, and for you guys to come into it as kind of evolved adults, right? A little bit more grown than you were when you had the relationship. So that's number one. Number two, you've addressed the issues that caused the breakup in the first place, okay? So it doesn't make sense to go back into a relationship where the issues that were at hand, we have not addressed, okay? If we're still at a space where the things that have happened, whether it was cheating, whether it was an argument, whether we haven't talked about those things, we haven't addressed those things, then you guys are not in the space to really get back together, because if the issues have not been addressed individually, like we haven't worked on individually what caused us to break up in the first place, how in the world do we think that we're going to get back together and this is going to work? Have you addressed the issues that caused you to break up in the first place? Okay. And if you have addressed the issues, if you both have grown as individuals, time has passed and you guys have addressed the issues that caused you to break up in the first place, well, then you've met the two qualifiers. Hooray. Let's go to number three. You understand the causes of the breakup and they have been fixed or are fixable. Okay. So if we have an understanding of why things ended, and the reasons why are things that can be fixed. I think that's pretty clear. Things can be fixed. It's a fixable situation, or with therapy, you guys have done work. It is fixable, or you've already fixed it. Maybe it's, having to work through some childhood trauma. Maybe it's, maybe there was a cheating issue. I know in the past I had a cheating issue, and I had to address that in therapy. And realize that it was insecurities within myself that was causing me to cheat. And so addressing that has helped me move forward in the future, or in my future relationships, not exhibiting that same behavior. And so again, have those issues been fixed, or are they fixable? Because sometimes we go back into relationships and we forget, because we romanticize the memories that we have of this person, we forget why we left it to begin with. Well, if you're considering going back there, you're going to have to remember, and we take into account what you're going back to, and if those issues are addressed, if they're fixable, if we're able to move and work through that, okay? And if they are fixable, or they have been fixed, then hey, you got 1, 2, and 3. Whew, you might be getting back with your ex at the end of this video, okay? So, all right, number four, fourth reason why you should possibly consider getting back with that ex, okay, is the relationship worth saving or salvaging? Was it truly a great relationship? Now, guys, getting back together with an ex, if you've ever done it, you know that it takes a lot of work. You're overcoming things that in an ordinary situation you wouldn't be, right? We're starting off free and clear with somebody new. And so you don't have the history, you don't have the trauma, you don't have all those things that come up when you're dealing with an ex. When you're dealing with an ex, you basically rehashing some of the things that you've already gone through. And it takes time. It takes energy. It takes a level of patience, forgiveness. And if you feel like the relationship was a cool relationship, it was nice, but it wasn't something that you could see long-term working out, I would ask you, is it worth salvaging? Is it worth the work, the commitment, all the things that you'll have to work through and get through to get to a good place together? Is it worth it? Is it worth the time and energy to get back together? And I know I read an article that it talked about where, relationships that have children, like if you let's say the ex is somebody you were married to. it was like, okay, well, that's a situation you could consider. If things have changed, if all these four other qualifiers have met, that one, we both grown as individuals, time has passed. Two, that you've addressed the issues that caused the breakup in the first place. Three, you understand the cause of the breakup and those causes are fixable or have been fixed. Four, the relationship we're salvaging. And when you have children involved in the situation, then yeah, it may be more salvageable or more worth salvaging because the family comes back together, right? So they brought that up in a few articles of families coming back together. So that is a situation that's worth salvaging. But outside of that, when we talk about how we're going to spend our time and who we're going to spend our time with, you guys, it takes a level of really thinking about, like, it's worth the investment of looking at these YouTube videos that you're looking at and really taking the time to say, like, is this worth it? Is this worth me taking an ex back? It seems so simple. But if you're jumping back into an unhealthy pattern of behavior just because you miss somebody, you love them, you don't like being alone, whatever, you're going through a hard time, you'd rather have somebody there than nobody there, it's not worth it. You're opening up something that really doesn't have the potential to grow into something healthy and something that's going to long-term fulfill the needs that you have internally. Okay. So again, you guys, I thank you for watching this video all the way through. I hope these tips help you. I hope that as you go in the dating market and you're considering exes or you considering the next, that this helps you guide your practice. Okay. So anyway, I love you guys. I thank you. Comment, like, subscribe. I want to know what you guys think. I want to know if there's questions that you have for me that I can cover in future videos. If you do, comment below and we'll, I'll be checking y'all. I'll be looking. I'll be watching to see. All right, you guys. I love y'all. See you in the next video.